That's right, Rochelle. I am here on Apple's brand new campus. It is a multi-billion-dollar campus, first envisioned by the late Steve Jobs back in 2011, who actually stood before a Cupertino City Council and said it would be a little bit like a spaceship. He's referring to the circular design of the campus that was inspired by London Square and also Stanford's Quad building. A lot of new products were also released today with this spirit of Steve Jobs. It's actually the Steve Jobs Theater. New products, and also they hope to keep the momentum going because Apple has been riding a wave as their stock has risen nearly 40% since the beginning of the year. A first look at Apple's $5 billion campus, nicknamed the Spaceship. Inside the new Steve Jobs Theater, CEO Tim Cook paid tribute to Apple's late founder while introducing an iPhone that's been redesigned from the ground up, iPhone X.
One more thing. Our teams have been hard at work for years on something that is important to all of us: the future of the smartphone.
Named iPhone X because it's been 10 years since the first iPhone, this smartphone costs a whopping $999. It's larger than previous iPhones with a 5.8-inch Retina display and with an OLED screen, a high-resolution screen technology used already in Samsung phones, although Apple claims its version is better. It does away with the home button, allowing you to just swipe to go home. Users can unlock the screen by just looking at it. Apple calls the technology Face ID.
Every time you glance at your iPhone X, it detects your face. We use the IR image and the dot pattern, and we push them through neural networks to create a mathematical model of your face. And then we check that mathematical model against the one that we've stored that you set up earlier to see if it's a match.
And you can also have some fun with Apple's most expensive iPhone ever. This has something called an emoji, which actually captures your face through true depth cameras. I can talk and send these messages, which capture my voice and great details of my face.
I think it's a great new phone, and I think people are going to be very excited about the iPhone X. I mean, all the things that we heard about did come true. Unfortunately, there were no surprises for people who like surprises, but that's okay, because they delivered on that beautiful quality edge-to-edge screen. They've got the wireless charging, they've got the Face ID.
Samsung has wireless charging. That works well. Samsung has face recognition, but from what I've used with their technology, it doesn't work all the time. And from what Apple's shown us of how they're doing it with machine learning and artificial intelligence, it does appear that Apple has an edge.
That is, when it works.
Let's go to backup here.
On stage, the new iPhone didn't recognize the speaker's face in the first live demo, though it did work later in the show. Apple also unveiled a new Apple TV that supports 4K resolution and the Apple Watch Series 3, which has cellular built in, allowing users to make calls without bringing along their iPhone. Apple did release two other iPhones, also an 8 and an 8 Plus, which pretty much keep the same dimensions as its predecessor, the iPhone 7. Rochelle.
Now, as you mentioned, one of the big features is this Face ID. So how else is the technology going to be utilized? And also, of course, how secure is it?
Well, the big thing here is Apple Pay. You can just look at your phone, and instead of, it'll immediately make your payment instead of having to touch it with your fingerprint, so it's a lot faster. That's something that Samsung also does not have as of yet. Also, they talk about it being secure because Touch ID, they said, had a 1 in 50,000 chance of somebody having a similar fingerprint to trigger it. Here they say it's a 1 in a million chance that somebody's face will be similar enough to yours to recognize it. Of course, if you do have one of those evil twins, you can't prevent that, but there are other codes you can type in, like the security code, that will safeguard against that. Rochelle.
All right, beware of evil twins. Thank you so much. Mark, you're reporting from Cupertino, California.